Hello guys, this is Daniel from Lightwork Studios. In today's beginner's tutorial, I will show you how to correctly import an AAF into Pro Tools and expand the tracks linking to the original sound files recorded from the location sound mixer. We start off first by opening the AAF file created out of Premiere Pro from the picture editor. First importing the AAF into Pro Tools, all files are offline, so we have to find them. I will not import the video as there's nothing useful in it. I will not import clip gain and volume automation because the picture editors didn't touch it, and if they touch it, we can do it better. Here's the offline dialog, so we will manually find and relink them. Quickly point Pro Tools where to look. I will only look by name because name and file ID doesn't work usually. You see it's searching after the files. Here we can see it starts relinking them. Just let Pro Tools process it. It takes some time. Now everything is relinked and we will commit the links. Pro Tools is quickly drawing the waveforms. The audio clips inside the AAF are not the original location sound recordings. These are the audio clips from the Red Gemini. These are scratch audio from the camera hub. And on the output of the sound device's field recorder, there is a wireless body pack which transmits audio to the camera as a scratch track for the picture editor to work with. On this show, the picture editors didn't do the dialog assembly and relinking to the original sound files themselves. They just worked with the scratch track. Relinking to the original sound files isn't very easy inside Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro is a bit limited in that regard. And the whole process is very messy and a bit of a hassle. There are always problems for the sound department with the nested sequences and everything, so it's just better for the editors just to work with the scratch track. I will just import the video file. Here we go. Picture and AAF sound clips are not aligned correctly. Let's just quickly fix that. The picture should always start at the 2 beep. In our case, we will just start at hour 1 for an easy alignment, right? Delete that, go to the audio, delete that. Just move the cursor to hour 1 and control click. So now is the Pro Tools timecode and the video timecode is the same. But it's a very easy fix because these audio clips are the exact length of the different shots. So we will just find a few cuts inside the guide track and then align it. If you like, we can speed up this a little bit. Just quickly finding a few cuts. You see, they are off by 1 frame. Let's quickly check if the session setup is all right. 24 frames. For expanding the tracks, we really only need 1 track, that's enough. Maybe if there are overlaps 2. Let's find out if everything's there. We can speed up this process a little bit. Just bear in mind what we do and why we do it. Just pulling up a clip inside Pro Tools doesn't work. You see, everything gets out of sync. You have to select something, click Control, and then pull it up. Selecting, Control, pull up. And that's it. We're good to go. Just a few tracks as a divider. We will delete everything else because we don't need it. Using the field recorder workflow, save the session. Click, select, unused, right click, and clear. So it's not in the session anymore. Only the good stuff we want is now inside the session. Once again, select, unused. Okay, everything's there. Now we can utilize the field recorder workflow. We select it as a field recorder guide track. Also, we have to tell Pro Tools where to look for the location sound files. Save, the second one as well, field recorder. And now we expand it. But not with match criteria, because there is no criteria to match. We will expand the tracks only by timecode. Pro Tools will look inside the location sound folder, which we pointed it at, and Pro Tools will look at the audio file folder from the project itself. So now the expanded tracks will get a bit messy because it will expand the tracks from the location sound and it will expand all these clips which we don't really want as well. So we have to clean this expanded tracks later on. You see what I mean? Originally, we only wanted the location sound files, but the field recorder workflow in Pro Tools isn't perfect. You see, all these files are being expanded again, but we don't really want them. Just give it a nice color. Also, what we want, we only want the boom channel on top. We don't need the laughs right now. I will tell you why later. So I will only pull up the boom track, which is usually channel 1, hopefully. In this case, it's channel 2, because the boom is inside the visor in the car. Yeah, here during the fight scenes, we have some false positives. Fight scenes are usually not recorded in 24 frames and there is mismatching. Also, fight scenes have like 200 takes per shot and there is not recorded audio the whole time. And today we will work on this scene. You see a false match as well. Okay, that's it. For this demonstration, I will delete everything else. Delete everything because we don't need it. Save, select unused, and clear. Field recorder guide track. And now we have the good stuff inside the project folder. We don't want to expand it again and get all the red Gemini files again. That's why we will delete this. We don't need it. And we change the match criteria. It should look for the timecode and inside the first characters inside the file name. And now we will expand the tracks once more, but this time by match criteria. And now we have boom, laugh, laugh, laugh. Every character on this show was being recorded with a boom mic and with individual laugh mics as well. If budget allows, I can not recommend enough to record always with a boom and with a laugh mic, because boom mic recordings can be quiet sometimes, especially in medium and wide shots. And so the laugh comes in handy always. Also, it can thicken up the boom a little bit. The boom is very airy and pleasant, but sometimes the presence is not really there. And we can get this presence by mixing in the laugh a little bit. Let's create some tracks. We will put Remy on track 1 because he's the first one to speak. So he will be, his laugh mic will be on the second audio track the whole time. Danny on track 2, as he is the second one having dialogue. And the last one, Ricky the gangster boss, he will be on track 3. But as you notice, this process is a bit of a hassle. That's why I will show you in the next video my preferred workflow. And that is dialog assembling with an EDL with the help of a third-party app called Kraken Dialog Editors Toolkit. I hope you learned something, and you can always ask questions in the comment section.